Welcome back to Universal Insight. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Why are there not more people talking about the seismic shift happening in Europe right now? September 15, 2025, a date that will soon be remembered as a turning point in European history. As night falls over Europe, city lights flicker on, illuminating streets that have witnessed centuries of change. Beneath the calm surface, a quiet but profound shift is underway, one that few could have predicted just a decade ago. The continent, long anchored to the West and its institutions, is now pivoting toward new alliances and unfamiliar partners. The main stage isn't Brussels but the periphery, Turkey, Belarus and Serbia, each making overtures to the BRICS bloc, seeking new opportunities and security. Once just an economic acronym, BRICS now wields real global influence, representing nearly half the world's population and reshaping the balance of power. For Turkey, a NATO member, this is a high-stakes balancing act, juggling old commitments with new ambitions. For Belarus, it's a matter of survival in a rapidly changing world. For Serbia, it's a chance to gain leverage and redefine its future. These moves aren't rebellion, but strategic realignment, each nation seeking a future not solely tied to Washington or Brussels, but open to new possibilities. The implications are immense, challenging the unity of Europe and the future of alliances like NATO, as old certainties begin to unravel. Is this a major geopolitical schism, or just pragmatic diversification? Experts and leaders alike are divided, debating what comes next. The answer isn't clear, but one thing is certain: the game has changed, and the rules are being rewritten in real time. The new map of influence is being drawn tonight, with every decision echoing across borders and generations. The echoes of these decisions will shape Europe for years to come, setting the stage for a future that is still unwritten. The most concrete shift comes from Minsk, where the winds of change are blowing stronger than ever before. Belarus is now officially recognized as a BRICS partner country, and its government is actively pursuing full membership in the bloc. For Belarus, which has faced increasing isolation and sanctions from the West, this partnership is more than symbolic. It's a vital economic and diplomatic lifeline. Aligning with Russia and China is not just a choice, but a matter of national survival and future prosperity. Turkey's move is even more dramatic. A NATO member openly seeking BRICS membership is unprecedented, and it sends shockwaves through international circles. Ankara has formally applied for full membership, signaling a bold new direction in its foreign policy and a willingness to challenge traditional alliances. Like Belarus, Turkey has been offered partner status, marking a significant step toward deeper integration with the BRICS bloc. This strategic move allows President Erdogan to hedge his bets, projecting Turkish power and influence in multiple directions at once, and keeping his options open on the world stage. Both nations are now actively participating in BRICS forums, working to integrate themselves into the bloc's economic and political fabric, and forging new partnerships with emerging powers. The recent expansion of BRICS, now including Saudi Arabia among its members, makes the group an increasingly attractive alternative to Western-led institutions like the EU and NATO. The interest from a NATO ally and an Eastern European nation signals a new reality. The global order is shifting, and it is no longer exclusively West-centric. The balance of power is evolving before our eyes. As these new avenues open, more nations are exploring them in earnest, seeking opportunities and alliances that reflect the changing dynamics of our interconnected world. Serbia's approach to BRICS is ambiguous, a dance of suggestion and denial. There's no formal application, but top officials openly discuss BRICS as an alternative to the EU. In 2024, Deputy PM Vulan attended the BRICS summit in Russia, defying EU advice and meeting with non-Western leaders. Serbia's flirtation pressures Brussels, signaling it has options beyond the EU. The EU accession process is now a two-way negotiation, not a one-sided plea. Serbia remains an EU candidate, but its actions, refusing to sanction Russia engaging with BRICS, show it's keeping its options open. It's a risky balancing act, but a potent symbol of shifting power in the Balkans. Partner status in BRICS is a diplomatic win, but not full membership. Partners join discussions and initiatives but lack decision-making power. Full membership requires consensus from all current members, a high bar. This ambiguity lets BRICS expand influence without diluting core power. For applicants, the path from partner to member is uncertain and slow. The tiered system rewards allies but keeps control with the original members. For Belarus and Turkey, partner status is just the start of a long, uncertain journey. The real test? Can they convince every member their inclusion strengthens the bloc? BRICS pull on European nations strains Western alliances, especially NATO. Turkey, a key NATO member seeking BRICS ties, creates a fundamental contradiction. This challenges alliance unity and forces questions about Ankara's loyalties. The EU's leverage, offering membership for reforms, weakens if BRICS looks more attractive. BRICS's economic model, focused on cooperation without political strings, appeals to those frustrated by Western demands. New financial institutions like the New Development Bank offer alternatives to the IMF and World Bank. If Turkey, Belarus, and Serbia pivot trade toward BRICS, Europe's influence wanes. The world is becoming truly multipolar, with alliances more fluid and loyalty no longer assumed. The post-Cold War order is fading, replaced by a complex, unpredictable landscape. Even the mere suggestion of joining BRICS sends a powerful message to the world. These nations are not just reconsidering alliances, but actively reassessing their place in the global order. It signals a willingness to challenge the status quo and explore new partnerships that could reshape international dynamics for years to come. For Serbia, this shift transforms EU accession talks from a one-sided process into a negotiation between equals, giving Belgrade more leverage and confidence to assert its own interests. For Turkey, it cements its role as a pivotal power at the crossroads of continents, allowing Ankara to balance relationships with both East and West while pursuing its own ambitions on the world stage. Western leaders now face a dilemma: should they offer more incentives to keep these countries close, or risk losing influence as new alliances form? The stakes are higher than ever, and the choices they make could redefine Europe's future. Many across the globe see the Western-led order as increasingly rigid or even unfair. In contrast, BRICS presents itself as a partnership built on mutual respect, promising economic cooperation without the usual political strings attached. Whether this promise of equality and respect will truly hold is still uncertain, but the appeal of a new, more balanced world order is undeniable for many nations seeking alternatives. Europe, once seen as a cohesive and unified bloc, now shows visible signs of fragmentation at its edges, with internal divisions and external pressures testing its unity like never before. The choices made by countries like Turkey, Belarus, and Serbia serve as important barometers of a rapidly changing geopolitical climate, reflecting broader shifts in global power and influence. The old map of Europe is being redrawn before our eyes, and for the first time in decades, Europe's place in the world is no longer certain but open to new possibilities and challenges.